All right, folks, I'm going to share with you today is an experiment I conducted on non-organic potatoes and whether or not they can bud. The idea is that when they're spraying potatoes that are non-organic, they're using pesticides and things of that nature, which may keep the potatoes from being able to bud because no one wants to go to the grocery and buy potatoes with buds on them. So I said, okay, we had a couple of potatoes left over from a couple weeks ago. And I said, let's go ahead and see if that is true. Now, these are non-organic. They were sprayed with pesticides, I presume. I don't know for sure, but generally speaking, if they're organic, they'll be labeled organic in the grocery. These ones are in the non-organic, so I assume they've been sprayed with pesticides to keep the budding at bay. So what I did is I took these four. In fact, you can even see this guy. Got a little bit of rot there. So I took four of them, and actually another experiment I tried was soaking this one right here, and this one right here. I soaked both of those in water for 24 hours, and then I put them out, and this light's not on right now, but I got this little LED light right here. My grow garden, which I'll talk about here in just a second. And so all I did is I took them, soaked one, didn't soak the other, soaked two, didn't soak the other. This one right here is also rotted, like I told you. And I just said, let me put them in the lights that overshoot from these plants I have growing. Cherry tomato plant and some kale, which we actually love. We actually eat it too much that we don't allow it to get very big because we just come down here and take some leaves off and chomp away, and it's tasty. The cherry tomatoes grow like crazy as well, and I'll have to raise this top up here a little bit as that starts going further and further to the lights. But anyway, back to the potatoes. All right, so after about 2 weeks, you can see this is a soaked one. You got some buds on there, not too shabby, just from the light of this LED grow light right here, this LED grow light that I'm poking at. Even this rotted one, again, I showed you that rot a couple of times. That guy, look at that green, look at that, the buds. What does the buds mean? It means it's alive. It may produce other potatoes. That's what the buds are. How about these guys over here? Same thing. So my experiment showed, it proved to me at least, that non-organic spraying potatoes with sprayed with pesticides can still bud. Now my next experiment will be comparing an organic one versus a non-organic one and seeing which one sprouts quicker. But after about 2 weeks, we got some decent sprouts, and this weekend we'll go ahead and put them in the ground. Now it is November, so this weekend will be December here in Georgia. So it's gonna be cold, but potatoes grow. They grow well in the cold, as witnessed by the fact that Maine and Idaho are the two major sources of potatoes for the United States. So I'll put these suckers in the ground. Got a couple grow boxes out there. We'll just throw them in and see what happens. Worst case scenario is they give some fertilization to the soil, but I have a feeling we'll be able to get some potatoes from just putting these in the ground. And I won't even do anything. I'll put them in the south-facing sun side of the garden of my backyard there, and we'll just see what happens. Might not get anything from it, but it's certainly better than going in a landfill if we can at least put it in the soil. On this guy, this is my arrow garden, and you can see it's telling me to add nutrients now, which I'll do that. And these are the nutrients I have, liquid plant food. I'm a huge fan of these arrow gardens. I love them. They're fun to use. They're easy as pie. I mean, literally, it's self-explanatory. It just says add water, add nutrients, and then that light comes on however you determine what plant you're growing there. I actually have made my own couple of these with my own grow lights, my own PVC pipe. I got a pump in there, a little box you can get from Walmart for $1, and you're just using some seeds that I have. But so these things are actually easy to make. Now, the ones I create myself don't have this tell me what to do. It's no big deal. It's not hard to figure out. But I would highly recommend anyone if you're trying to grow stuff inside, start with the Arrow Garden. It's great. That probably costs $80, $90. You can get them on sale. If you can get them on sale, it's good. And you get plants. I mean, you get cherry tomatoes. This thing will sprout a whole bunch of cherry tomatoes. These kale, like I said, you get all kinds of different mechanisms you can grow, and it's fun to eat in the wintertime because you're not getting tomatoes outside, not in the winter. I think kale will probably do okay in the winter, but certainly in a warmer climate, it'll grow better. So I'm a big fan. I think they even have guys and ladies that grow strawberries in their grow gardens they have inside as well. I'm not sure if AeroGarden has that capacity. I don't know, but if you create your own, you can do all kinds of different things with these AeroGardens, or your own created AeroGarden. Again, you just need a pump. You probably get a pump at Lowe's for $15, a small pump. You need a plastic container. Again, Walmart. These ones are dark, obviously. If you paint it, just take some blue paint or something like that. You don't even know if you need to do that, but the ones I've all seen have all been dark to keep the I guess the UV lights at bay or something. So I use that, just paint it to keep it dark. You need to drill some holes in your top of the thing. It's easy to do, and then you just get a couple seeds and you're ready to rock and roll. So I'm a big fan. The light isn't on, or else I'll show you what it looks like underneath, but you can kind of see it's got red, white, and blue for UV lighting, infrared lighting, and then regular lighting as well for the different wavelengths of the sun. Obviously, at the end of the day, the sun will give you the best light that you can find, and it's free. Now, this right here does just plug in a 120 outlet. I don't know how much wattage. I think it's 45 watts that's running. So 45 watts would run you a little bit less than a kilowatt hour a day. I think, 45 times 24 off the top of my head, I don't know. I think it's maybe about a half a kilowatt hour per day is what that will consume. And that's not too bad. It gives you lots of fresh food, fruit and vegetables for half a kilowatt a day. That's pretty good, actually. So I'm a big fan of AeroGardens, and I'll report back on my next experiment, which is organic potatoes versus non-organic potatoes, which sprout and bud quicker. All right. Hey, thanks, guys. As always, put some comments there, because I'm always interested in what you guys are doing, because I've learned a lot from a lot of people, watching just tons and tons of YouTube videos, but I still have lots to learn, and I do like growing stuff. Okay, thanks, guys. Bye.